I don't know.
Fucking Vicky.
Oh,
Vicky, I
we're
sent her a
live.
text. She went,
We're going. We're live. As soon as this goes and that goes, I know we're recording. And it says starting, and I think we're live, Evan. I'm gonna share this to my Facebook real quick, and we'll get started. Bleh, 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 bleh. Started on show 177.
well, okay.
Man, the temperature has changed.
Um, it's not bad here, but it's gonna cool down a little. We're done with summer.
Yeah, I'm glad, dude. Summer ran its course. Enough coming home soaking wet, and because I work in a shop, so you know, and them cars are hot. Now
Oh,
they cool down.
I understand. Yeah. One thing I did anticipate, I really don't like the cold weather and getting chickens. I'm gonna. You still have to. Well, we let them free range. They go in the morning. The door opens and they go out into their run, their pen kind of thing, and then we let them out into the yard. And still, I got to check in the evening to make sure they all get in before the door shuts and everything. And so I still got to go out a couple times a day and deal with the chickens. And I don't know how I'm going to do it when it's you know 0 degrees on. I hate putting clothes on and sleeves, anything on my arms. So I don't know what we were thinking. This
Uh,
is not going to be fun.
yeah, well, it's an animal, man. You
Yeah,
know.
so you got to deal with it. You got
Yeah,
to do it.
you got to do it. Unfortunately, they don't take care of themselves. That's like Tanner. You know.
Oh yeah.
You probably didn't see that last video I posted, did you?
I don't think so.
I might have to throw that on the show page, man, because man, this dude, he's sitting there and he's chewing on something, and I'm hearing like clank, clank. I'm like, what's he got? He's got a ball out there, a little bone thing, and this dude's got a rock. He's chewing on a rock.
They'll do that.
Then I throw it over the fence, and he goes and starts smelling like he's trying to find a place to burrow under the fence to get that rock, even though he's standing on rock.
Beautiful.
That dude, man. I call
Yeah.
I call him a bad name too in that video.
Oh no.
Yeah. Evan, man, if you're joining us, welcome. Like I said, show 177. Uh, if you're here, you know what you're getting. We're going to get you away from the hustle and bustle of life for a little bit. Have some fun. We don't talk anything stupid or politics. So pretty much stupid stuff. We just
Yeah.
ha- we just have fun and we're enjoying life. One show at a time.
Claudia just said before we get too far, good evening, guys. But Rip Ace Freely.
Oh
I think
yeah.
I think that deserves mentioning. I mean, I was never a big Kiss fan, but you got to give them props for what they were, and Freely was a part of it,
Uh,
as a part and a part of it. I mean, he was in and out of it, but yeah, he was original.
yeah, man. That was I I can't lie. I mean, I grew up and when Kiss was big. So, I mean, like I wouldn't I seen them once. I think they opened up. I think they were with Ozzy or something. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I had a couple Kiss albums. Destroyer wasn't bad. I mean, I just wasn't huge into them. I wasn't in the Kiss army or anything. But yeah,
Hmm.
Ace Frehley was one of my favorite ones. He
Yeah, I go ahead.
no, no, no. Go.
Oh, I was just gonna say I've seen them twice. Years ago, they opened up for, or Alice in Chains opened up for them down in St. Louis. I'm trying to think. This is probably late '90s. And another time in Peoria, I think there were Ted Nugent and Skid Row. Gosh, I'm trying to think. And you know what's interesting is I don't know if either time Ace Frehley was actually him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Because Gene Simmons is, gosh, as god awful as the dude can be. I mean, he's actually a brilliant businessman, and he owns the characters Ace Frehley, Gene Simmons, Peter Chris, and so
Yeah,
he can put anybody in that costume, and that is Kiss, and he can get away with it.
yeah.
So I've seen him twice in concert, but I don't know if I can really say that I've seen Ace Frehley.
Right, right. Huh? Yeah.
But
I
didn't
never
he
thought about
recently?
that.
Yeah, it's weird, it's quirky, but didn't he play at the in Decatur at the Lincoln Theater this year
I
or
think so.
last year?
I think so.
Yeah, he was still touring around, and I hope he didn't have to. He's got enough money, but then again, like I said, as Gene worked it, he would give you royalties for what you did, but a lot of times, he'd have a different guitar player. He'd bring in people to play stuff, and then you tour with a bunch of costumes. Um,
Yeah.
hmm, it's just a wild thing. So yeah, that's funny, isn't it? I've
Um.
seen him, but I'm not sure that I really have.
Yeah. Well, I know. I know. Like, I saw them when they were. I. I think when they first came out of makeup, and then
Ooh, yeah.
they kind of had. I it wasn't that it was an issue, wasn't it? I think I remember something about that, and that's why they quit wearing the makeup and stuff like in the 80s or what was
I
that?
think people realized how ugly they were, and they're like, "Ooh, like wow, put the makeup back on." I don't know, weird stuff. So yeah, you gotta, yeah, we gotta give recognition to Ace Frehley. Um, yeah, just thought I'd mention that.
That's kind of weird how one dude in a band can I wonder if he actually like it, well, if it was his brainchild, then okay, I could see. But that would suck to put in years with a guy and then you can't even, you know. Well, I don't know. You'd look kind of silly if you went solo and still dressed up like that.
Yeah, he did go solo, and I mean, he had his little career, and um, I hope he was doing well. Like I said, he was touring last year, and I hope he didn't have to. And I kind of wonder about some of these older musicians. A couple years ago, we went and saw George Thorogood over in Iowa, and afterward, I'm like, man, he's up there. Does he really need to be touring? And so I looked up his net worth, and it's like 80 million. And I'm like, no, he does not.
Well, that
But
doesn't mean he has 80 million though. There
no, but that probably means he's still set
yeah. I don't
with
know how they
royalties and everything else that comes in, and if he owns his library and all that stuff. But they say, yeah, his net worth is like 80 million, and compared to like Maynard from Tool and the drummer from Tool, I think they're both around like 60 million. So it's just interesting, compare rock stars. Most of them are up in that range. I think I looked at Steven Tyler recently. I think he was around that 80 million range, but and they blew a lot of it years ago. Um, anyway,
I just checked my net worth, Evan. I'm minus 273.
okay, hold on here. Claudia just said Limp Bizkit lost their guitars as well. Wes, is it Wes Borland? I have I have not heard anything. If that's was
What?
it Wes or was
Yeah. Hold on.
no? It was I think it was the they lost a bass player. I think I did hear something about
Yeah, the
that.
bassist died.
Okay, okay.
Sam Rivers.
They
40.
were a good band.
Yeah, and he had
It
had him and yeah, because it says he had because he had actually had to quit the band for a while because of his health.
oh
So
man, Limp Bizkit was a pretty cool band. That just their front man just kind of ruined it for him.
I don't
I think
know.
they take a lot of heat, but I think it's a lot their music and stuff and some of Wes's riffs. I think their music was kind of unique. Just I don't know. They kind of had a goofy car salesman as a front man. He just kind of I
Oh
don't know.
man,
I
that's
don't
what
know. Fred Durst. I don't know how to explain him, but he just kind of ruined some of it.
I don't know. I did
I mean,
he take
it was
things?
part of the show.
Yeah, and that's what he was playing. I think you gotta look at Limp Bizkit. It was what it was because it was almost like a cartoon going on.
Yeah.
On stage. I've seen Limp Bizkit a couple times live. I enjoyed their live shows when they were popular. And you talk about he could get a stadium just jumping out of their seats.
I could see that.
So I ain't got
Yeah,
nothing to
I
say
saw I
about.
saw the footage. I saw the footage from the second Woodstock. So yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I don't know. They weren't bad. I mean, for the music, it was,
Yeah,
and at that time, that style of music was it. It got a little bump, and they were the kings of it for a while.
yeah,
They're,
yeah. I
they're,
just looking at a lot of stuff these days. I'm like, looking back, they weren't bad. So
no,
I just
I
think they
mean,
take a lot of heat for no reason.
yeah, Well, we talked about them last week. That's like Nickelback. Nickelback's not a bad band, and in fact, if you're driving alone, there's certain Nickelback songs that uh, aren't bad. They're kind of rock, but that if your buddy's in the car, you turn that shit off immediately.
That's funny. No one wants to admit they like the popular band.
No.
Sometimes they implode on themselves. They get.
Well, and I think what happened was radio at the time. You know, they
Yeah.
just pe- people kill everything awesome. You know,
Yeah, I think it just
they,
some bands they just get oversaturated, and then there's just that
yeah,
backlash of you're too big, we don't like you because
yeah.
you're too big, but we made you too big, and it's not fair to them, but it happens.
Evan,
Y-
damn it, this will be 3 weeks in a row. But I want to tell you, I have to apologize for last week. Uh, you even called it when you said Taylor Swift might start receiving some backlash from that album.
Yeah,
And you're right. A lot of people are coming out saying they are no longer Swifties.
that's funny. I really haven't seen anything over the last week about it. It kind of blew up at first, and I guess it's algorithms. So you're seeing that now, huh?
Yes, thanks.
It's kind of funny.
Uh, it says, did Claudia's Kansas City Chiefs fans act inappropriately around Taylor Swift on Sunday? Swifties think so.
Uh,
Uh-oh, Claudia. The Swifties are after y'all. Oh, shit. Uh,
they're a big tight knit group.
Evan, we do got some weird and wacky news from around the world. Did you see that dog that was chewing on a lithium battery?
Oh God, no.
and the battery sparked and it burnt down the house.
No, but like, is it like one of those watch style size batteries?
Uh, I don't know. It says a
Because man,
lithium.
they say if they swallow them, like a kid swallows those, you got hours to get surgery and get that out before that thing starts to.
No,
Wow,
it's like he punctured it chewing on it, and it
huh?
ignited it.
Wow, and burnt the house down
Yeah,
or set the house on fire.
it's on camera.
Holy smokes!
Yeah, there's a video of it, but I know we can't show
Hmm.
it. The guy that started Chat GPT, Sam Altman, says soon Chat GPT will be sexting with lucky adults.
Oh, cool.
Do you want to sext with the computer, Evan? I'm gonna drop your email in there.
No, no, thank you.
Here's this one overseas. Spanish town bans black cat adoptions over fear of Halloween rituals.
Where is this?
In Spain,
Ooh, wow, that's
so,
kind of freaky.
so you no rituals until after Halloween. Yeah, they'll just have them the day after. Black
We got
cat.
to postpone them.
Yeah.
Can't get a cat until after Halloween.
And look, if you are afraid of people doing like satanic rituals like that, well, I don't know. Well, Evan, he disappeared. I hope a battery didn't catch on fire.
Going to check my lithium batteries.
Oh,
No, but I will say this about batteries. All my battery packs that I charge for like, lawn equipment and stuff like that, drills, I have them on um I have them on a power strip with a light in the garage. So I make sure I shut that off at night
oh yeah,
because
that's
I don't like to leave any of those charging overnight or when I'm not around or whatever. So it's just that little bit of safety margin that all those are shut off at night.
yeah,
Little household hint there.
yeah. Um,
I just don't like them leaving sitting on there for.
oh man,
Go ahead.
I wish I was smarter. I worked though. I wasn't able to go to college. Sorry. So, man, I don't know how to spell this. It's in India. Okay, so
Okay.
it's Gurugram. Gurugram.
Okay. Close enough. It's in
Well,
India.
well, the residents there, Evan, this stuff start falling from the skies, usually at night, and it would sparkle. It almost looks like diamonds. So they start collecting it. Turns they think it's a rare mineral, and they're storing it in their fridges and in their, you know, in their freezers because they don't want anything, like heat or anything else. Turns out, Evan, this rare mineral, the diamonds falling from the sky. Well, it was frozen poop falling from the aircraft from the airport a few miles from them.
They were spraying it out of an airplane,
I guess so.
like aerosol.
Uh,
Like, oh, that's lovely.
so if you see diamonds falling from the sky one night, get the fuck away from that area. It's about to get
It's like
messy.
it's like a bad meme. If you see diamonds falling from the sky, it could be frozen shit.
Man,
Not everything is what it seems. That's lovely.
any of you guys looking for a lady over in Nova Scotia? This lady could use some help on her bail. Woman 28 charged with impaired driving, Evan. You know how they know she was impaired? Well, after they
How?
finally stopped the fire truck that she stole.
Oh man.
But they said she would not get out, kept wanting to honk the horn one more time.
You know, I've driven a lot of, working at CAT, I've driven some things. I don't know if I really know how to get in a fire truck and take off. Maybe it's, more intuitive than you think. It's turn the key and put it in drive, but that's impressive.
Yeah, they
That's
are.
that's something to maneuver around.
Remember, I had to work on those ones at that auto body shop. I got to do some cool things with those, and I got to drive them. So I
Cool.
I had to turn on the lights and the sirens a couple times. I did some wiring in those, so I couldn't
Nice.
go and like pull people over or anything like that, though, which really bummed me out.
Yeah.
Hell, I got a lot of people. I tell you what, and I know I'm gonna sound like Grandpa, and I don't give a shit. But the way people drive in this town that I'm in is horrible. These are it's I have 10 months on a lease. And as soon as that lease is done, I'm on the outskirts.
Mm, that bad.
Yeah, I can't do it, dude. I can't do it. I don't like busy. Look, I wanted to leave D town for a smaller town. And instead, I move to one that's almost double the size of the town I just left.
Yeah.
Stupid. I will say one thing. Uh, I get stuff that I've never had. I get to try restaurants I've never tried, and there's anything I want. I can pretty much find it here.
Yeah, you're lucky. I got to go into town a 10-minute drive to get one good restaurant, one auto parts store, one True Value, one grocery store. And that's it.
Yeah.
Then I got to go into Peoria. Now, Peoria drivers, not bad. Peoria roads, freaking horrible.
Oh yeah.
Worse than Decatur. I thought Decatur had bad roads. No, Peoria has the worst roads. Good drivers, bad roads.
Look, I got a big ass truck, and I don't like to drive my shit in Decatur. The last time I was there, it was freaking horrible. And they had just fixed it. And it was bad already.
Yeah, big red truck is something people avoid though.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
see it.
Yeah, people do get out of my way. And you know what? They're not so quick to cut me off and shit. That's a real steel bumper on there, sweetheart. Go ahead. See what it does to that Prius. Evan, I know we have done one of these shows in the past, but man, I keep going back to this. And the only reason I do is because it's got 10,000 top 10 lists. But you can go further down the list. So I wanted to do comedians tonight, but I can't just do the top 10. I ca We're going to skip a lot of them, but I almost, what time is it? We'll go through a few and maybe we'll make this a two-parter. But cuz there's some that I just don't think belong. Jon Stewart at number 50. Would you put him greatest comedian of all time?
Jon Stewart at number 50.
Yeah.
Man, he really didn't do a lot of stand up.
He did do a little, but I mean,
Yeah,
then it
he's always been an actor. I mean, all the way back to like he was in, um, Twice Baked or Half Baked.
yeah.
You
He
know, some movies like that, some B movies. I almost said Twice Baked. That's funny. Half Baked. Hmm. I just don't remember him doing a lot of stand up and everything on the Daily Show. Yeah, he played it good, but that's written by a whole, bunch of group of writers. But anyway, okay, number 50. Well, we got to start somewhere.
uh Conan O'Brien.
I never really cared for him. I never watched him much. I know a lot of people like him, so I'm not going to knock him.
Stuart Lee, I don't know who that one. 47. Dude, I just do not think this dude is funny. I'm sorry. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I know he's kind of put his foot in his mouth and on social media a few times. Patton Oswalt.
Yeah, he's hit and miss. Yeah,
I thought he was good on King of Queens or whatever that show was when I watched it for a couple seasons. We're going to skip a lot of these, but Steve Harvey at 43.
people like him, but I don't. I think, and what really ruins it for me is the Family Feud clips. He just overacts everything. Like everything is so freaking hilarious and outrageous. I don't know. He's just too much.
No, I disagree. But
Okay. Well,
but
wait.
here
I'm
here
curious what you
hear me
got.
out. Hear me out now. And I think this is why you think he's too much. And that's because he is on everything. He's got a talk show. He does the Family Feud. He does other shows. So it's almost like you're being oversaturated, almost like Nickelback. It's a
Uh,
Nickelback syndrome, dude.
I guess I just the way things just way he would react to the guest statements and things like sometimes it was funny, but he just tried to make it like everything was absolute jaw dropping outrageous. I don't know. I'm not a fan of him,
Uh,
but a lot of people like him.
at 42, Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh,
Brill-
okay.
Brilliant marketing. Brilliant
He's got
marketing.
his delivery. His jokes are not that funny. A lot of them are. I think he ripped off a lot of jokes. I don't know, but
Oh,
it's his
shit.
delivery that make his whole shtick is what is funny about him. Is really not his jokes. Most of them you see him coming. They're not brilliant jokes. They're goofy made up stories.
Well, that if you look at him before he was Larry the Cable Guy, he like wore suits and a mullet, and I think he's actually like I'm not gonna say, but I think he's from like a big city in the East Coast.
Yeah, it's a shtick. It's like Andrew
Yeah.
Dice Clay. It's an absolute character, and it's not like that guy really at all. It was just something he found that the audience loved that bit, so he expanded it.
Number 41, and I'm sorry, this guy, it's dark, sick humor, but I love it. He's in my top 10. Anthony
Anthony
Jeselnik.
Jeselnik. I knew you were going to say that. It's very dark. His shtick with his twist on delivery.
yeah,
After a while, you almost got to anticipate. You got to like, where's he going with this? Because I
yeah.
know he's going to twist it, and he always does. He's a master at it. He's got his style, and I can't take away anything from him. He's not really my style, but I do get a kick out of him.
Number 40, I think she should be higher because she did do a lot of stand up, and that's Joan Rivers. I think she's
Yeah,
one of the original queens of, you know.
yeah, she's an overall comedian, just not really total stand up, but just in everything she did, she was yeah. she should be in the top 50, absolutely.
39, No, he doesn't really belong on the list. I don't hate the guy by any means, but I just he did stand up for a little bit and then went into the political comedy. So to me, that knocks you off, man. That I don't want to hear that shit in my comedy. Bill Maher.
Oh my God. I don't know where to begin with that guy. Oh,
He did in the 80s and maybe early 90s. He did do some funny stand up and he was kind of a comical actor, and then he just he flipped a switch and you know
well, he went way left for a while, and then he tried to go way right for a while
yeah
when everyone was going that way, and now he's just old and irrelevant, and his interviews with people, it's like he doesn't get it, and
no
he's embarrassing. And who did he have on recently? This woman was 90 years old, this old actress, and a well-respected old actress. And he was asking her, "Oh, you could do OnlyFans if you want to raise money and all this stuff." And she didn't even know what OnlyFans was. And he's talking to a.
Y-
I was just so embarrassed for the guy. Like,
yeah
really, really,
you're
are you drunk? Are you drunk? Because now a lot of times when you watch him, he's just sauced. And if you really don't like him, watch the bit that he with Bill Burr. I think it's about an hour into the interview. It's about a 2 hour interview, and about halfway into it, Bill Burr just lays into him for a good 5 minutes, just ripping him apart. That's comedy gold right there. Yeah, Bill Burr. I mean Bill Maher. Yikes! I don't know where to even put him.
38. This is another guy that is um actually I'd put him in my top 10. They got him at 38, and that's fine. Bernie Mac. I tell you what, if you want to, if you've never seen any Bernie Mac stand up, go and watch the original. What is it? Original Kings of Comedy, and just watch his set. And it's one of the funniest things. I still, when I watch it, I've probably seen it 100 times, and I laugh like it's the first time I heard it. But yeah,
I'll have to check it out. I'll take your word on it.
I
Yeah,
thought,
I liked him. I was sorry to see him go so young.
yeah,
I liked some of the stuff he was in. He was a good actor. I just didn't catch a lot of his stand up.
34. I'd put this dude a little higher. He's probably in my top 20. And if you don't like English comics, you won't like him. Jimmy Carr.
No, not big on. He's okay, but I'm just not big on.
33. I forgot about this chick. She was raunchy. That Lisa Lampanelli.
What happened to her? She disappeared.
She sure did.
Oh my gosh, she was big. I know she took a little bit of heat for some things, but other than that,
I
I
kind of
don't know. I really liked her.
I
I thought
dug
she
her
was
too.
funny.
Yeah.
She did not hold back on
Not
anybody, and she got away
anybody.
with it.
Yeah. 32. I don't know about this guy. Stephen Wright.
He was
Different.
he had a unique style, and he was an original stand-up. That dry. I liked him. Top 50. I don't know, but he's got his little place in history for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you. I
I mean,
agree.
he had just that great delivery. Just I bought some used paint. It was in the shape of a house.
Yeah.
Just just shit to just what?
that was a great Stephen Wright there, Evan. 31. Ooh, I bet you this made him mad. Steve Martin. Steve Martin's stand up back in the early 70s or early 80s was gold.
It really was legendary.
Yeah, I mean
I remember.
everybody had that album.
Hmm.
Everybody.
Mm. I
One
remember
wild and crazy guy.
Right around my cousin's truck and listening to that. People bought comedy albums back
Albums,
then.
yeah. Oh, Cheech and Chong. I had all their albums, or back then I guess I was buying the cassettes, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had a Bill Cosby tape.
Uh, Red Fox at 28. I think you go a
um,
little higher with Red. Man,
he deserves this place, absolutely.
yeah. If you watch that show, damn, that shit was funny as hell.
Sanford,
Oh,
Sanford and Son.
Sanford and Son. Yeah, I still watch that. 27. I don't know. George Lopez.
No, thank you.
26. Norm Macdonald.
Um,
I'd
yeah,
I'd
he
put
needs to be up there
I'd
in
put
the
him in,
list.
I'd put him in my top 25 for sure. He'd
I
probably be
didn't
25.
I didn't value him at the time, but now going back and watching a lot of his old clips, the
He
guy was straight brilliant. How he
yeah.
worked people and could play up a joke and he was out there. I think he was a little on the spectrum or something. There's something strange with him. He was really out there, but he he had it.
I
I miss him.
I've seen that guy give the punchline to a joke first and then
Uh-huh.
work a story around where you finally get it, and he's just telling you a story and he stops and everybody starts laughing, and it's like, that some bitch told us the punchline first.
Yeah, he will do it.
I got to see
Hey,
him
he was brilliant.
I got to see him up or down in St. Louis at a small comedy club, and
Cool.
he killed it, man. He killed it. And I tell you what, that venue was packed, packed.
Mm.
It sucked. You pretty much got your 2 drink minimum. They asked you what you want. They brought you your 2 drinks right then, and you never saw another waitress.
Yeah.
And you couldn't get up. You couldn't get up and go to the bar. There was no bar. It's like they
Here's your
were making their drinks in a fucking toilet. 20,
here's your drinks. Enjoy the show.
25. Uh, yeah, I'm not mad at that one. Rodney Dangerfield.
He should be in the top 10.
I think so. 24. Cat Williams. Cat Williams pretty funny.
Yeah.
23. I'm sorry if you like this dude. He should not be in top 100. Jeff Dunham, the puppet guy.
I totally agree. Completely overrated.
I hate to
What's
be.
he? Is he still working his shows at Vegas?
He's got to be, or state fairs or something.
I don't know. I'm not against a ventriloquist, but I never thought he was really that funny.
That's another one that people have. 21. Jeff Foxworthy, and again with Larry the Cable Guy, brilliant marketing, brilliant
Yeah,
marketing.
absolutely. It's yeah. At every show. Oh, here it is, honey. He's gonna do the list. The list. You might be a redneck if yeah.
Yeah,
He burnt that into the ground. But
dude.
he made a lot of money out
How
of it.
much? I want to know. I wonder if Google will tell me. Hold on.
What
Yeah.
his net worth?
I wonder if it'll tell me just what he made off the here. Here's your sign. Or no, that's
Oh,
Bill Engvall. What would you just say? The list. It's
you might be a redneck.
oh. How much did Jeff
Jeff
Foxworthy make off? Hold on.
net worth 100 million.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Mm. Yeah.
That
Yeah. I figured he'd be up there, but not
he
maybe in
went
the
from
top
making
50, but not top 20.
2,100 per week in clubs to $42,000 per weekend.
He
Dude,
was an IBM executive or something. He worked for IBM,
yeah.
and I think he got either laid off or he quit and took the comedy route and made some coin.
All right, here we go. Top 20. I don't know. This guy, Lewis Black.
Mm.
I don't,
He's top 50 comedian,
top
but
50. I'm with you.
not top 20.
Doug Stanhope.
He's man, he's not for everyone. He's a different kind of comedian. He's a little dark, a little dry.
Yeah.
He he was on the Man Show years ago, and he bombed. Remember they
Oh,
Rogan,
yeah.
him and Rogan took it over from Jimmy Kimmel and was that Steve Adam Carolla,
Yeah.
and and he was a good stand-up comedian on his own, but being on a TV show like that, it was just him reading cue cards almost, and he they that fell apart quick with those two dudes. Um, yeah, he's not top 20. He's
No.
not.
No. Jim Gaffigan.
Um,
He was
People
hot.
really like him. He's hit and miss. People
Yeah.
really like him.
I thought
I
he
like
was.
his stick where he kind of heckles himself in that kind of woman
Yes.
voice. It's kind of funny in a way. Um, you know.
uh,
Yeah.
if you,
Okay.
this might be, and I mean, the only way I know about this dude was through my grandpa. So you might want to check out some of his stuff. Lenny Bruce.
I remember, I know of, but I'm not familiar with his material.
16, they have Bill Burr.
Man, he really deserves to be up there. He's been kind of the leading comedian for a lot of years.
I
He's
think
been
so.
one of the
Yeah,
top.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Jim Carrey. I don't really think of Jim Carrey as stand up though. I mean, he did his fair share.
Yeah, I wouldn't really consider him, yeah, stand up kind of dude. And I mean, they can be a comedy actor, but stand up is a whole different thing. Hmm.
Uh,
Okay. Okay.
at 14, they got Daniel Tosh.
Well, he should be up there
I
because the dude is pretty fucking funny.
he
He
is.
really is. He really is. I'd like him. I'm
Nope.
never gonna knock that dude.
Num
He's had some stuff that's actually just to me brilliant. You
Yes,
know.
I still
I,
watch Tosh. Tosh point oh. Number 13 on the list, and unlucky 13 maybe. Don't go for his house for cocktails. Mr. Bill Cosby himself.
oh yeah.
But
Okay, you got to give him his place in
you
history.
do.
Okay, forget the scandal. He he had good comedy, and it was good, clean comedy for a
Very
long time.
clean. He did not cuss, and he had one of the biggest selling comedy albums that did not have a cuss word on it. Not one single cuss word on it.
Yeah.
And everybody
Yeah.
listened to it. I owned it. I can't remember the name of it, but oh man. He could do it clean.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
reminds me of like when Will Smith raps. You know, Will Smith was one of the first rappers that didn't cuss for a long time. And then Eminem said that Will Smith don't have to cuss in his records. Well, I do. Well, fuck him and fuck you too. Oh,
Yeah. But Bill Cosby, yeah. Yeah.
I'm
It's
not.
too bad about what all happened
I
because
know.
he really was good comedy, and I think there were a lot of people that their style really you can tell the influence. He was an influence on so many. Yeah, you got to put him on there.
Number 12, Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah, he deserves to be up there.
And that's another one that I think if he was still around, he would still be releasing gold.
He was so short-lived. His stuff was brilliant, but it was, I mean, his career was so short, and a lot of the stuff that we loved when he did it originally, he bombed. You know, there was one performance where he sat down on the stage and just stopped, and it just kind of kept, and they just kind of kept going, and some of those clips, you know, over time really wore people won people over, but he really bombed a lot in the beginning, but he was brilliant in his own way, and
Yep.
man, I miss him. I really miss him.
11, Kevin Hart.
Overrated.
Yeah,
Not that funny.
again, I'm going to go with the Nickelback syndrome. I think he was thrown because there for a while he was in almost every movie that was coming out. You couldn't, there wasn't a movie that didn't have Kevin Hart. You know,
Hmm.
Kevin Hart with The Rock, Kevin Hart with Ice Cube, Kevin Hart with, whoever, He,
It
he, I think he
it
just,
could.
yeah.
Okay, I'm basing it off of. I haven't seen a lot of his movies, but some of his stand up. One of his stand ups I thought was pretty funny, and then he did another one after COVID, where like COVID was going on. He did this one. It was a special on Netflix from his basement with like his friends as the audience. And I don't know if you did you ever see that? It,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's absolutely horrible. It was almost like he was reading all these memes that were going around on Facebook.
Well,
That was his whole comedy routine. It was just freaking horrible, and I was like, I don't know. That just it lost it for me.
yeah.
But my opinion.
Honorable mentions that didn't make the top 50 or whatever. Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson.
He's
I'd
that.
have to look him.
Yeah, he's a kid on Saturday Night Live or whatever.
Oh man, when you start talking Saturday Night Live, I'm about lost.
Yeah. Number 10, the dude they call Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias.
Oh
Iglesias.
yeah,
Iglesias.
is okay. Not top 10.
No. Bill Hicks, number 9.
Most people don't know much about Bill Hicks,
Go
and
watch Bill Hicks.
he's not hysterical, but he was kind of that social comedian that kind of took over the kind of the Carlin kind of thing about, hey, this is what's going on and about what's in the world. And yeah, a lot of his stuff, it
He,
wasn't really comedy so much. It was like, I don't know.
it, yeah, he
It was a
was.
little preachy.
Yeah, he was very preachy. Some of his younger, early, early stuff, his later stuff he got into were, he'd smoke cigarettes, play a guitar. I mean, he'd play music when he did his stand-up comedy. You remember that one?
Yeah. Yeah, he went from like totally clean to like no drinking, doing drugs to like I don't know, he got pretty polluted and pretty off the wall. I like him. He's not for everyone, but I like him in top 10, not sure, but top 20, top 25, yeah, he should be up there.
Number 8, I will not even in my top 100. Jerry Seinfeld.
Man, because of the show and everything, you kind of have to give it to him.
I don't have to give him shit. I don't like him. I don't think he's funny. I think he's fucking annoying. And look, I'm a fucking nobody. You know, I work on cars. But God,
Yeah.
that dude, it, he is one of those dudes that he would drive an Audi or drive a Mercedes and be that guy. Oh, just fix it. I just said that smugness. Yeah, I can't take it, dude. And maybe
I
that's
can see that.
yeah, maybe that's a New York thing, and maybe that's why I've never been to fucking New York.
Mm. I don't know.
Number
I can.
7, I'm not mad at this. I'll Chris Rock.
Oh, I think he should be up there. I think he's funny. He
Yeah,
was one I thought of in the beginning. I was going through the list in my head, like, some comedians, top 10. I don't know, but top 20. Yeah,
yeah,
he's
he's definitely
pretty
top
good
20.
stuff through history. He's got some great stand up that's held up really well.
6, I'm going to tell you what. 2 specials put this guy in the top 10. You you could take his movies and forget about the movies. 2 specials put this
Hmm.
guy in the top 10, Delirious and
Yeah.
Raw.
Yep.
Number 6, Eddie Murphy.
Yep. I knew where you were going. I knew it. When you said those two specials, I'm like, yep, he should be in the top 10. Those were gold
I,
growing up.
he's in my top 5. I got to put Eddie Murphy number 5 in my top 5.
I think Eddie Murphy Raw for its time, I think was one of the best stand up specials.
Brilliant. It
Man,
was
the
brilliant.
whole thing. I remember the day after watching that in high school, the next day I had a sore stomach from just laughing so hard through the whole thing. That was good stuff.
And I cannot forget before we get out of here, I want to check with Dave Moreland. And then we got a stupid criminal of the day, Evan, that I found. But Louis C.K. at number 5.
Number 5 with him.
I don't think that high. I
Uh,
he's in my maybe top 20. I did love that show he did on like HBO or something. It only
he
lasted like maybe a season or two, but it was hilarious.
he's pretty dark, brilliant comedian, kind of scary almost a little bit.
Yeah. And then he got
He,
busted for masturbating. Did you?
and that was so stupid.
It
Stuff
was.
like that. All this shit that people do, and what he jerked off in front of a couple ladies. Big deal. Turn around and walk
I
away.
don't think
Just
Louis. Yeah, he's not
just
top 5.
he's top 25.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people that could go. I'd put Bernie Mac before I put Louis C.K. at number 5.
Mm.
Number 4 for to me, this is probably my number 1. Richard Pryor.
Oh, Briars. Yes, he should be up top 5. Brilliant.
Number
Are you there?
3 in my top 5. I think I got to put him at 4. I think Pryor goes ahead of him. Robin Williams. Robin Williams did have some funny ass stand up in the 70s and 80s. If we're going
His
just stand up.
Yeah, his coke fueled stand up. It was pretty wild. It was yeah, top man. Wow, that's a tough one. Robin Williams. He's legendary and deserves up there. I just top 5. Okay. Okay.
Number 2. Man, I tell you what, this is getting good because I don't know. I almost have to put my 1 and 2 together. That tie is 1 because they got number 2 is Dave Chappelle.
Man, he's done some brilliant stuff over time. He should be.
He's yeah.
Wow.
I think I'd have to go Pryor, but here's the next one. Number 1,
And
Evan.
George Carlin.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I think I can't keep Carlin at number 1. No, because I like Carlin, but as you said with somebody else, and I'm sorry I can't remember what comedian it was. Sometimes it got a little preachy.
Some of Yeah, some preachy, some of it was brilliant. I think what Carlin told us about what was going on long before a lot of comedians. When he
Yes,
said it's a big club and you're not in it, well, he's in
absolutely
it.
correct.
But he opened a lot of people's eyes, but yet he made it also funny. We all laughed at it. He told us what was going on before any other comedian really laid it on the line.
Yeah, yeah,
But he was so good at making us laugh that we didn't take it serious. But yes, he was brilliant. But some of his stuff, if you go back and watch, like when he'd come out and do his bits on Saturday Night Live, some of this stuff was just absolutely dumb, horrible, routines. He had his moments of brilliance, but he also had a lot that was just, dude, what are you thinking, kind of stuff. Yeah, that's a good list, really. The For a top, what do we go through top 50? I was curious
yeah.
if
We
they would put Joe Rogan on that, and I'm glad he didn't make it.
no, he
Um, because his stand up is not that great.
no.
Um, I'm trying to think who else of comedians. Yeah, it's a pretty good list. That was pretty concise. I
I
can't
think
think of
so.
anyone. Sam Kinison, but that's probably wouldn't be top 50. That's
No,
he wasn't for everyone.
I think top 50. I think should have been on there. Andrew Dice Clay.
Yes, he
Eh,
definitely
uh,
had his moments in history. He was
yeah,
huge for a while.
yeah, he was selling out stadiums.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right too. I think Sam Kinison should have been on there. You could have kicked off Jerry Seinfeld and put either of them guys for me, and I'd have been cool. Yeah, it wasn't a bad list.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
have, a few of them I think should have been further up there, but it is what it is. Anyway, Evan, we got two real quick news stories, and then we're gonna get out of here. Bozo Criminal of the Day comes from our buddy Dave at bozocriminal.com. This one comes from Washington State, Evan, where Mr. Russell was smoking meth and for reasons known only to the bozo mind on meth, decided to start shooting fireworks into the ceiling of his apartment.
Mm-hmm. Bad idea.
This led not to only his apartment being destroyed, but 8 adjoining apartments also being burned and dozens of residents being evaluated. He fled when the police arrived, leading them on a high speed chase and finally ended up being boxed in by police cars. He would
Hmm.
the standoff continued until our bozo offered up an ultimatum to the cops, Evan. He would surrender in exchange for a cheeseburger and a blizzard from Dairy Queen. The cops complied and delivered the goods via a tactical robot.
It's like we got a slow day. Let's give in and see where this goes. Yeah, get the guy his cheeseburger and his blizzard. Yeah,
I tell you what, Evan, your job for next week is to find out what flavor blizzard he got. Um,
I would have thrown in some fries too.
yeah. Now the one I got is on my phone, and I actually had to screenshot it because it wouldn't let me send the article. So, Nashville woman hooks up with 7 of her ex's friends, then tries to crash his wedding in a moving truck. Police say a woman was arrested after trying to crash her ex-boyfriend's wedding, literally by ramming a rented U-Haul into the reception gates.
but wait a minute. This was after she fucked 7 of his friends.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, I had to take it all in for a second. I'm sorry.
His buddies were probably calling him, say, "Hey, man, your ex is trying to, go ahead, bro. I'm done with it." What a dumb chick. The suspect, Chloe Daniels, 33. So we know of 8 Peters Chloe has had already.
This week.
She spent months getting back at her ex by sleeping with 7 of his closest friends. When she learned he was getting married, she allegedly rented a U-Haul truck and painted happily never after on the side and drove to the venue.
She's going to have to pay for that damage.
Security camera footage shows her revving the engine and shouting, "I told you we'd end up together one way or another," before the vehicle rolled into the gate at a low speed. No one was injured. Chloe was charged with attempted property damage and reckless endangerment.
Mm.
A guest told police it's the only wedding where the getaway vehicle arrived before the vows. Oh, Chloe, you big old slut.
Psycho.
Jesus.
Move on.
Man. Yeah, you got to. Quit. Stop doing that. That shit's crazy and it'll get you nowhere except in jail. And that's where Chloe is.
Oh, Chloe.
Oh. Evan, tell these beautiful people goodbye.
All right, people. I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Actually, I really enjoyed talking about comedians. That was actually something different. Anyway, come back next week and we'll try to give you this same sweet, wholesome comedy we do every week.
Yeah, we'll jump on a couple more of them lists, man, because there's these actually are brand new. They were just released this year, so it's they're kind of updated. Because I know some of the lists we've done in the past were like and give us new artists and shit, and then I looked at 1983, thanks. So anyway. Yeah, guys, thanks. Show 177 in the book. That's my homeboy Chili over there. Sometime coming up, probably this fall, I'm going to take my ass up north on a weekend, and we're going to give you a live show. I'll be right there in that studio right over there. Or right over there. Whatever way. Anyway, guys, peace. We love you. Be good to one another. If you like the show, share it. We love you. Peace.
Later.
Now I got to remember how to.